on and let's talk about Fat Joe, who also was at the Knicks game last night. That was another one I forgot to mention. It was like, yeah, he was there last night too. It was like everybody was there because it's the playoffs. So Fat Joe was coming under fire too. Speaking of people talking about the gays, now during Instagram lifetime, during an Instagram live stream on Friday, April 26th, Joey Crack made it clear that his criticism of the LGBT community does not pertain to people who are gay, but those who identify as straight but still paint their nails and wear dresses. So here's the thing: he was asking a question because he's saying like he feels like that the hip hop community is becoming a little more feminized because you see a lot of guys out here wearing skirts, they wearing crop tops, they painting their nails and all of. So here's the thing: when I look at guys who wear nails polish or whatever, I've always seen it as sort of like goth or rock and roll and that sort of thing. I've never looked at painting your nails as something that's feminine. I don't understand why all of a sudden people trying to say that painting your nails is feminine when it's like, yeah, now it's like when you wear certain colors and all this other stuff, you see drag queens who do it. I do see a lot of guys who walk around with painted nails or whatever, but I just feel like it's a form of expression. I don't feel like that's something that is considered feminine or gay or whatever. And I don't understand why all of a sudden, based off of fashion, nail polish, whatever it is that you put on your body, automatically people assume that with being gay. Quiet as it's kept, it's getting more and more difficult to know who is gay and who isn't because I feel like I'm competing with the straight boys, the metrosexuals. Like there's sometimes there's straight guys out here who just likes to get manicures and pedicures and likes to smell good and wear fashionable clothes and all that other stuff. And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with a guy feeling confident and wanting to feel good and sexy and stuff about themselves without it being perceived as gay? I don't know why y'all think. So what you think that is like this is a stereotype? Well, to me, I feel like it's a stereotype that you think all men, straight men, should walk around with skin marks in their damn drawers because that's what it seemed like a lot of you women like. You want skin marks in the goddamn drawers. You want your men to come out here with funky ass balls and ain't washed their ass in weeks because apparently when you wipe your ass is gay. I don't understand why people be thinking, oh yeah, I don't wipe my ass because that's gay. So you walking around with a shitty kitty. You walking around stinking, thinking that washing your body is a bad thing when quiet as it's kept, it's not. Like I don't want to be smelling funk. I think everybody should be out here taking pride in how they look. But apparently it's gay to do so. So anyway, so I have the clip of Fat Joe giving his opinion, and we will talk about it. So please hold as I pull this clip up. Here it is.
You got guys who I don't think are gay, but they painting their nails or they walking with Birkin bags, It just seems like, that's the way, unfortunately, it's sad. You have originators, right? And then you have a lot of running with the swag or running with the style. So if Dipset was wearing the Flyers clothes, everybody was rocking the bandana over there. Tupac was rocking the band. And so it's like, it feels like it's been a new trend, a new swag, a new style. Paint your nails, use a bag, wear a dress, this, right? And a million of them by now done wore, the toughest one, my man's on Rico. Young Thug was wearing the skirts and this and that. These are the toughest. So it's safe to say it's a fad, it's a trend. And guys are like, I'm going to get more, I'm going to go viral. I'm going to sell more. Historically, the people who sold the most, let's just keep it a buck. Your Nicki Minaj, I went to Beyonce's concert, which was a lot of fun. I had the best time of my life in there in the Renaissance, but it's a lot of, and so that's what's going on. They saying, the LGBT really supports you, so we got to act like that. So, you got guys who I don't think are gay, but they painting their nails or they walking with Birkin bags.
Okay, so we already got the gist. But here's the thing. Now, when he's talking about Beyonce and the whole Renaissance tour, a lot of that tour was because Beyonce, as she said many a times in her, well, I don't even remember she did interviews, whatever. But in regards of unpacking that album was rooted in ballroom culture. It was rooted in a lot of the house music, which was from Black queer people. So that's where a lot of that came from. So yeah, when you see Renaissance, you got a lot of, the Vogue girls who were part of the show. Shout out to Honey Balenciaga and so many others that were up there, John Tay, and a whole bunch of other dancers that she had that were part of that scene dancing with her. And then she had ballroom culture incorporated and was using the Madonna samples and all that other stuff. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of the gays up in there with the nails and the outfits and all the stuff. When I worked the Nicki Minaj concert at Madison Square Garden, there was a lot of gay boys up in there, a lot of boys who I don't know if they identified as trans or non-binary, but I was seeing a lot of looks up in there where it made me think that, okay, so I'm sure some of y'all up in here identify as trans or probably identify as non-binary. There was one up in there with a cute little bowl cut, had the long nails on, had a little pink coat over his shoulders, and was looking fierce. And I was like, okay, girl, sis, you better work. So, I feel like it's because we're at a time where it's okay to express yourself and express your fluidity. Fat Joe seems to forget that back then when he was popping in the music scene, you could not be out and gay. Now, and let's not also forget that there was a lot of sissies and punks that was behind the scenes that was designing a lot of y'all looks and making y'all look good out here in these music videos and making your MTV appearances and all that other stuff. So I don't know why Fat Joe trying to act brand new in this whole situation where it's like all of a sudden the gays just came out of no damn where, like we just like somebody kicked open the crypt and we just all just started crawling out, with our little outfits on. And so I don't know why he trying to act like he was born yesterday. It's just I don't I don't want to say like maybe he was coming across over because I don't want to always be so quick to jump into the homophobia situation. But and I'll address this thing about do I think people are using us for that clout or whatever in a second. But just unpacking all of this, I just feel like back then there were a lot of LGBTQ artists that were trying to infiltrate the hip hop space. And queer hip hop has existed, even though y'all just heard a little, just because Little Nas X is more mainstream and Saucy Santana and so many of them have just coming out now. Queer hip hop has existed long before a lot of them even had a career. Like we had Deep Dick Collective, we had So Say the Elemental Wizard, we had Baron. Shout out to him, he's a friend of mine. We had Deadly. There's been so many queer artists who have been around for Fox Giselle. Let me throw her up in there too. That's been around for 2 decades that have been in this space making a lot of out music, but a lot of y'all don't be hearing about it because the industry is not trying to push them through. So you're starting to see that resurgence now, and there are a lot of artists out here now that are making a name for themselves. Like we got, Fly Young Red, we got Cakes the Killer, we got Leaf, who I think changed his name. I got shout out to Adrian Expression. He be out, that the YouTuber. He makes music and stuff too, being his little sissy self, but also he be spitting bars because boy got talent. So there's a lot of queer hip hop artists and stuff out here, but because a lot of y'all dominated, people like Fat Joe dominated those spaces, y'all wasn't letting a lot of those queer artists through the door. So if y'all want to be out here and y'all want to express yourselves the way y'all want to express yourselves, fuck what everybody else got to say. You go out here and you live your best life. You wear your cute little skirt. You wear your long nails and your lashes or whatever the case is. Now, me personally, I ain't wearing all that because that's not my judge. But I embrace and I appreciate anybody who's out here that has the balls to express themselves the way they see fit. Now, in regards to Lil Uzi Vert and all these other artists who out here, and they do be wearing these little outfits. Didn't one of the rappers, what was it, Young Thug? Did he come out with an album called Non-Binary or something or other? I think. If they wanna come out here and they want to wear all that, then that's cute. But I will say this: the one thing I don't like is a lot of the straight ones that come out here and they wear our clothes, they use our pronouns or our lingo and all that other stuff, and then they want to be like, "Oh, I'm straight," but y'all want to hijack our shit and bring it into the mainstream like y'all invented it. I have a problem when men do it. A lot of you so-called straight men do it and not stuff, the queer baiting. And I hate when a lot of you women do it too, where a lot of y'all running around here trying to sound like a damn drag queen, Nene Leakes, Tamar Braxton, a bunch of you that be out here making dollars off of a lot of our lingo, like reading, shade, Miss Mama, all these other words that we be out here using. That shit came from us in the ballroom community and the Black queer community. But y'all be coming out here using these words. I be hearing guys, I'm like straight, these so-called straight dudes out here talking about throwing shade. Bitch, do you know how old that term is? It's like y'all out here using throwing shade like y'all like it's nothing. But then you mad about a whole bunch of, this mess. So um, if there's a growing femininity in hip hop, I just feel like it's because people are feeling more comfortable in their own skin, and they should be able to do that and express themselves. Like, and they're more on the alternative side, like a Tyler the Creator, or a Frank Ocean, or one of those type of artists who are just not afraid to be out here and express themselves. And art is about freedom of expression, and so is fashion. Like when you look at fashion has always been a bit androgynous or pushing the boundaries and stuff. Pharrell's been pushing the boundaries of fashion for over 2 decades, and then you got little Uzi Vert out here voguing and all this other stuff, which he recently did when he was at, I believe, Coachella, and the girls was gagging. But Pharrell been bagging, he's been rocking a Birkin since 2005. So if people are doing this shit for clicks, um, let them do it. But I think people are smart enough to differentiate if somebody is real genuine about, the community and all this other stuff versus being a someone who is trying to hijack the community and use the community for their own little gain, or whatever the case is, or queer bait, as we like to call it. So let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think that Fat Joe is making a valid point, or does he just sound like an old grandpa gossiping like a little old sissy on social media, like he don't, and then just not knowing what the hell he talking about? Leave your comments and stuff down below.